Good morning, everyone. Charlie here from River Chronicles. It is a beautiful day today in Lake Louisville. I got a question the other day on one of the social media sites asking how do I drift for catfish on a 15-foot Seaark. It's a little Jon Boat. It's pretty wide. It's pretty stable. It's an older boat. So I just kind of wanted to show you exactly what I do. Now, usually I take like 6 rods or so. Normally I use 2 planer boards only, but I do have 4 planer boards. But when I'm by myself, I don't like to put all 4 out just because it can make a huge mess. Actually, 4 planer boards on a big boat would make a big mess. So what I normally do is that I do 2, and then I have 2 other baits dragging as well, and then I use 2 suspended baits. Now what's important is that you got to pay attention to the wind if you're going to be dragging baits. This is a very, very light boat, so what happens is the wind tends to move it around quite a bit. So I have 2 drift socks. Now drift socks are extremely important. It helps slow your boat down to an appropriate speed so the catfish can actually have a nibble at your bait. And hopefully we get a bite here while I'm making this video. So like usually I'll put, I have 2. One's a 3-foot drift sock, one's a 1.5 drift sock. I normally put the smaller one up on the bow and the bigger one in the rear by the transom. Since the wind's kind of blowing northwest, I actually have both of them in the transom, and I'll show you that in a second. And I can show you what that looks like. Screen switch. Alright, so if you look here, I'll just kind of do a little pan there. So what I have on the rear on that one, and then on the front one here, I have those planer boards. See if you can see them out there. Now I have one planer board really far out, so it's probably, I don't know, 100, 150 yards out towards the end of the terminal tackle. So at the point where the planer board is attached, it's probably maybe, I don't know, 50, 60 yards from the boat. And this one's a little closer. All right, so as I'm drifting into the wind, or I'm being pushed by the wind, I have 2 that I have suspended, and I have those towards the front as I'm going against the water. So like that, it kind of drifts on this side of the boat. And the other ones are dragging, right? So it'd be hard to suspend a bait on that side if you have some other lines that you're dragging. And then these right here, those 2 right there, I actually just have them dragging the bottom. It's a really simple process. I suggest get out there, give it a shot. Like I said, it's going to take some trial and error. Practice makes perfect. Coming out here and you know, especially with the drift socks, you got to really play around with them and see what it does, what size sock does what to your boat. And then once you get an idea, it's pretty simple of what you can do. And you can actually see one of the drift socks there. It's a yellow one, and I have a smaller one with a float there. And they work extremely well, like I said. And using the planer board just allows you to cover more water. Took off and the boat started spinning. Feels like a decent fish. I don't even hear it take off. I just noticed the boat. First fish. catfish possibly. Ooh, big boy. Ooh, first fish of 2023 for me. Got him on the double hook. You can see there. Look like he does down to the top. Just go take it. Hey, buddy. Pretty, huh? So that's it. Hopefully I can find that information useful, and if you have any more questions, let me know. I appreciate you tuning in to River Chronicles. Charlie here from Dallas, Texas. Appreciate you tuning in.